Hi, Jim from the Salty Flyer YouTube channel. Welcome. New channel here. What about me? Who the hell am I? I am a 21-year retired Navy man, hence the Salty. Was a backseater in F-18s and EA-6s and a bunch of other airplanes, hence the Flyer part. Been doing biker stuff for about 20 years now as well, but trying to expand my horizons. And now that I have time because I'm retired, I figured I'd do what all the kids are doing these days and document it on camera. Hopefully I can show you some cool rides, some cool stuff with the bikes, and some other fun stuff like that. Hope you enjoy coming along on the channel. So I figured I would start off with what am I got? What do I ride? I'm riding a 2024 Street Glide. It was my retirement present to myself. Before that, I had a 2010 Fatboy Low Softail, twin cam 96. I love that bike. In fact, originally I was going to start this channel on the hemming and hawing and journey I took to buy the new bike, but unfortunately life got in the way. I had an opportunity to buy the bike. I did this past summer. I'm loving it. And so here we are. So I figure we'll cover some stuff. I'd start off with I've had about 2,500 miles on the bike. We're kind of in the winter season. I'm in Western Washington State. That's the one up in the corner, not the one with the big Capitol building in it. So if you've never been to Western Washington, I can tell you that it's probably 40 and 45 and raining from about November till about May. So get out when you can, do what you can, but a lot of times it's the time to do some wrenching on the bike. So I've got the bike in here. I figured I'd let you know what I thought about it. So after 2,500 miles, what are my thoughts? First of all, it's a weird comparison for me because I'm coming off of a Softail. So like long rides and stuff on this bike are totally different anyway, but things I love. I'll start from the front to the back. Love the fairing. I think the fairing's amazing. I know that some people didn't like it because it's different, and all different is bad in the biker world, but I dig it. It's modern. The LEDs are a slick way of doing the turn signals. They're running lights. They don't look so obtrusive when the bike's parked, but it looks real good and you're visible when it's lit up. In fact, in the year of our Lord 2024, the motor company discovered LEDs finally. So, I mean, I'm sure Custom Dynamics has other stuff to sell you, but there's actually LEDs on the bike, which is awesome. So I thought that's cool. The motor, 117 117 M8 motor. And this one has got liquid cooled heads, not oil cooled like the previous generation, but actually liquid cooled. There's actually a small radiator and some coolant, and it cools the heads. And I have, through my highly scientifically calibrated crotch, felt that this bike's pretty cool in the hot summer, especially when riding in hot parts of the state. So I think that's awesome. The power is there. I mean, it's plenty of scoot. It feels like, honestly, it feels lighter and more nimble than my Softail from 15 years ago did. So that's amazing. The overall just handling of the bike, I think it feels well set up. The adjustable shock. I know everyone rips the shocks out and puts new shocks in. I got it. But the stockers, once you actually went in there with the included spanner and did some dialing in and got on the scale and were honest with yourself and set it up, I found it to be very nimble, very well-sorted bike for riding around in mountains and twisties, and I've had a blast with it. So I think that's awesome. The screen's great. It's a lot of information. Yeah, it's scary. It's technology. I get it. But I think it's awesome. It's configurable. You can go in old man tour mode. You can go in super sport bro king of the baggers mode, and you get all the information you need. Plays the Apple. We'll talk about that in a minute. I dig it, man. I think the aesthetics, just the overall aesthetics. I think the chop bags look good. I know some old school bikers are going to say a dresser has to have chrome, and black and chrome. In fact, chrome is the stock. Black isn't the stock color anymore. Fun fact, it's actually billiard gray, but black is an upgrade. I went with black on black because, I don't know, it matches the dirty thoughts in my soul. I don't know. I like a black bike. I've always liked a black bike, so sue me. Some cool color combos out there. All right, couple things I don't like. All of which are fixable. One, we'll start from the front again. The windshield, or lack thereof. I think Pro Monkey called it a trim piece, and I think he's right on. Like, it's useless, dude. It doesn't do anything. So, Clockworks will come to the rescue with that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The sound, I get it. The EPA is a thing. California is a thing, and they got to do it to leave the factory, but it sounds like a Goldwing had a baby with a sewing machine off the lot. God, it's a power, but it sounds kind of lame. What are you going to do? The saddle, seat, whatever you want to call it, they tried. Like, they really tried. It is a far better effort than they've put in previous seats. Even, I mean, CVO notwithstanding. I don't know if you see all this. This is not CVO people. I'm not CVO. It's too low self-esteem for me. But on the normie side, I think it's better than it's been. But I'm probably gonna change it because it still ain't great. Yeah. Those are kind of the big. There's not a lot of glitches to it. I mean, I really do dig it. All right, the CarPlay. This one isn't on Harley. This one's on Apple. The whole I need a microphone and everyone being smart and slick and trying to work around it, which I think is awesome. But yeah. So what have I done to the bike? I know I wanted to start this from ground zero, but I'm a little lazy and I used the riding season to ride, and now I'm sitting around with my camera, nothing to do. I took care of that problem slightly for the exhaust. Tab performance to the rest, just slip-ons. I didn't do a head pipe or anything yet. 4.5-inch BAM sticks with the zombie baffles. I'll get some sound recordings on there. It sounds amazing. Definitely an improvement. Vast improvement. Same thing for Clockworks came around. I got on the waiting list in July when I got the bike for the new windscreen, and I got the smoked 8-inch. I think they have a 10-inch now, but I went with the 8-inch. Game changer. Absolute game changer. It makes up for one of the few things that I actually forgot to mention that I hated, which was the stereo kind of. Doesn't kind of suck. It really sucks. But just putting that windscreen on made it a lot louder on the freeway because you can hear it a little bit better because you're not getting your face beat in by wind. I'm 6 foot tall, and I guess maybe they did the average and said that, when everyone's 5'6", I don't know, but the wind was hitting me right there. Better, much better. Also, I think it looks really cool. Looks better, my personal opinion. Oh, what else have I done? That's, oh yeah, the skid plate. So Thrash and Supply came out with a skid plate. And the beauty of these liquid cooled heads is I think it makes the bike run cooler, which makes the bike last longer, more efficient, doesn't boil your gentleman's region when you're kind of in stop and go traffic in the summer, etc. But if you look, the fan and the radiator are right between the kind of down tubes of the frame, and then all the guts are just right underneath there. And pretty much directly behind the tire is the fan, the radiator, and everything else, and there's a little plastic shroud, and that's it. So Thrash and Supply came out with a skid plate. I'm not trying to turn this into a BMW GS, but it was pretty useful to put on. I mean, I won't go back and show you I did it. You have to take a couple of bolts out, including a frame bolt. You don't do them all at once, obviously, and you just pop it on there. I mean, little challenge, and we're going to find out when I do some kind of work on the bike that the motor company has finally discovered Loctite and that they used it. So that's about it for what I've done. I've got a couple of projects on the shelf ready to rock and roll that we're going to do. Remember, I'm not going to do how-to videos because they're people smarter, better, faster who are actual mechanics who do that. I'm just going to show you like what dude on the street who orders the part, tries to put the part on the bike does. So I've got some stage 1 stuff coming. I've got something from Custom Dynamics because the license plate on this thing kind of does look like an intern designed it on a Friday, right before quitting time. Like they got 99% of the bike and they got this last little bit at the end. They're like, hey, you know what? The heck with it. We're gonna do something else. So that's what's coming. Hope y'all like it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you don't, this is just gonna be my little home movie log that I'll show my kids and embarrass them when they bring dates home sometime in the future. But anyway, Salty Flyer. See you guys later. Remember, keep the shiny side up. We'll talk to you later.